Hey, Pretty Girl Club. Welcome to another episode of the Humbling Tactics series. So if you look at my YouTube channel, you will see that I've done multiple videos on different humbling tactics that people use on light-skinned exoticals, dark-skinned exoticals, or the pretty girls. So I am going to talk in this video about some of the humbling tactics that I see used in friendships or in dating situations, and these are very common. We were actually talking about this in the Discord. By the way, be sure to get the Patreon if you want Discord access. We have a lot of tea in there, but one of the humbling tactics that I have noticed that friends will use on you if you're the pretty friend is they will refuse to compliment you. They will literally compliment every other friend in the group. They'll be like, "Oh, Tiffany, your hair's so cute. Oh, Brittany, slay girl, look at your lipstick. Oh my God, Sarah, you look so great." And then they get to you and it's silence. I know that when it comes to my friends, I personally am a very encouraging friend. I will always make my friends feel good in my presence. So I've noticed that sometimes when women are jealous of your beauty or they're jealous of your status or whatever, they're jealous of your fluid identity because, maybe you have a multi-ethnic identity and they are jealous of the fact that you can easily fit in with your black side, with your white side, with your Latin American side, with your Asian side. Maybe they're jealous of the fluid identity that you have, especially if you're in a diverse environment where it's not like a monoracial black environment. I've noticed that heightens the jealousy so much more. Like I think about PWIs, like the white institutions. I think of schools, like high schools and colleges where the majority is not like this monoracial black community, or in the workplace as well. Sometimes people can be jealous of your multi-ethnic identity because they're jealous of the fluidity that comes with that. Maybe you can speak two languages. Maybe you speak English and Spanish. Maybe you can speak Japanese. Maybe you know some Korean and you can connect with the Korean people in the office because that's a part of your background. I've noticed that these small things cause other people around you to have these micro insecurities. You guys heard me talk about micro insecurities in another video. It's just a term that I made up, and it just means a very small insecurity that you get when you're around a certain person. It may not be a deal breaker the first time they do that or the first time they cause you to have a micro insecurity, but over time, those small triggers keep building and building and building. And for some people, your beauty is a microaggression towards them. Like literally, your beauty can cause them to have micro insecurities to the point where every time they see you every day in the office looking pretty, that's another jab that they feel inside. Every time they see that, oh wow, she looks good with her hair up. Oh wow, she looks good with her hair down. Oh shit, she looks good with her hair curly. Wow, she looks good with it straight too. Dang it, she looks good with her hair blonde. Oh my God, she can speak another language. All of those things to an insecure person are like little tiny triggers, little tiny paper cuts that they are receiving in their ego every time you're around them. And so as a form of revenge, a lot of times these insecure people, they will try to cut you down. So one of the ways they'll try to cut you down is they will compliment everyone else but you. Maybe they will have a girls get together and they will invite everyone but you. Maybe there is a promotion opportunity at work within your company and they will talk to everybody else in the office about it except you. Or maybe there's some sort of tryout or audition or opportunity that has to do with your business or your passions, and they know that you are interested in that thing, but they will purposely not tell you the information that you need to know to succeed at that thing. Or they will purposely withhold information from you. They will withhold validation from you because they're hoping that those micro insecurities that they're trying to incite in you, they're hoping that they can give you the small little paper cuts to your self-esteem, just like how you do by existing in their presence. Some women, they genuinely don't like other beautiful women to exist in their presence. And I've noticed that there seems to be this narrative going on that like we only want to hang out with quote unquote ugly girls so we can outshine them. First of all, that's a disgusting talking point because you are admitting that you believe that if a woman is ugly, that she is unworthy of friendship, that she's unworthy of companionship, that she's unworthy of having other women in her life who genuinely love her as a person because she's ugly or because she's fat or because she's dark skinned. So to even have that mindset of we're only friends with a dark-skinned, unambiguous, overweight woman so we can outshine her, that just shows your own view of dark-skinned, unambiguous, overweight women. But anyway, I've noticed another thing that some jealous friends will do is they will stalk you and then copy you. And then they will not give you the credit for like them copying you. So I've had this happen to me multiple times. I know a lot of you guys have talked about this in the Discord. They will stalk your Instagram stories, stalk your Facebook, stalk your Snapchat, stalk your Twitter, or whatever it is you're doing. They will look at every outfit you're wearing to school. They will look at what you're wearing to work, and they will suddenly or gradually start dressing like you, start doing their hair like you, start doing their lipstick like you, start trying to wear the same brand of foundation you wear the same clothing you wear. And it's almost as if they're trying to mimic you and kind of usurp your identity. They're hoping that by copying you, that they can like attain whatever privileges they feel you have. And what really annoys me is when people copy you and it's dead obvious that they're copying you, but then they don't want to admit it. And then they have the audacity to try to not compliment you, not invite you to stuff, try to pretend like you don't exist, like you're just invisible. Meanwhile, these bitches are my sons. So I've noticed that that's very common when women are jealous. Another thing that jealous women will try to do, I also had this happen to me as well, where they don't want to invite you out when the guys are around. So let's say you're in a big group of friends. Maybe there are some girls in the group, there are some guys in the group. Let's say there's some guy in the group that like all the girls like or whatever. This has happened, I feel like, to all of us, where some girl likes some guy in the friend group and maybe you're all supposed to hang out, but then that friend doesn't want you to come to the hangout because she doesn't want XYZ guy to notice you and give you attention over her. So she's very male-centered. Her life revolves around the male gaze. And so these are the types of women who they don't want you to get any extra attention. And I've noticed that that happens due to jealousy. It's jealousy over your visibility, because visibility is actually a privilege. That's a huge privilege to be able to have visibility, because you can, let's say you're really good at something, or let's say you're not even world class at something, but you have a passion for something, or you're known for doing something all the time. Simply having visibility privilege can actually help catapult you to success. This is one of the main complaints that I hear from people saying, oh, MLS women, they're more promoted like Ice Spice or whatever. Yeah, being visible, it can help you to grow in a way that like being quote unquote invisible or being not seen as cute. Yes, it can help you to grow in a faster way. So sometimes people, if they're jealous of your beauty, because beauty brings visibility, if they're jealous of that, then they will try to make you as invisible as possible. Or they don't want you to hang out with the group. They don't want you to go out to the bar. They don't want you to go on the vacation and post your cute bikini pics. Oh, hell no. You definitely can't do that. They don't want you to start dancing when you're at the bar or the club, because no, you just look too good. So that's not fair because you have more visibility than me. Or the women who say, no, you can't wear weaves, you can't wear wigs, you can't wear contacts or makeup or anything because that's only for women who need them. You already have long, pretty hair, so that's not fair that you also get to wear a wig and look good. That's not fair because you get to look good with your real hair and with fake hair, and I only look good with fake hair. I don't look good with my real hair. It's the women who have those insecurities. They don't want you to be more visible than them, aka outshine them. That's really what people mean when they say you're outshining me. They mean that like you are more visible than me. More people are noticing you than me. So I don't know how they're measuring this. Some women measure it by like the guys that look at you. So I remember one time actually, I was at an HBCU, one of those homecoming events. So you know how HBCUs have homecomings where they have like the drumline band and the football team and all that. So we were at this event. I was with my friend and we were just walking and I was just enjoying myself, not paying attention, just kind of looking at all of the band and stuff. And she was like, oh, like you have hella guys like looking at you. All these guys are looking at you, blah, blah, blah. So while I was literally walking, minding my business, not paying attention to any of these dusties, she was sitting there counting the guys looking at me and not even paying attention. There could have been guys looking at her. I don't know. But she wasn't paying attention to that. She was paying attention to who was looking at me and how many guys were looking at me. She was even counting like, oh, I saw XYZ amount of guys looking at you. Like that guy over there was looking at you. This guy was looking at your butt. That other guy was looking at your hair. This guy was looking at your waist, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, first of all, who does this? And secondly, some women feel like they can only enjoy their lives if they have the male gaze, or they feel like they can only enjoy their lives if they are kind of the star of the show. So I've noticed that everyone has a different definition of what a star is to you. So you may feel like being the star means being the most pretty, and being the most pretty in your opinion may mean being the most desirable in the male gaze. So for me, my definition of being a star is more like I am living my dreams, I'm living my passions, I'm living the soft life. I have decentered the male gaze, so my confidence doesn't have to come from that. I have opted out of any situations that make me vulnerable to abuse. So that's my view of being a star, but for some women, they genuinely do feel like if you are pretty or if you look better than them or you're getting more attention or whatever, then that makes you the star over them. And so they will do everything in their power to cause you to have these micro insecurities. So this is where women start calling out if you're wearing a weave, calling out if you're wearing contacts, calling out if, you're wearing a lot of makeup, and they will make sure to do it when the men are in the room. They'll make sure to do it when guys are around because, that helps them to feel better. Like, yes, I'm taking her off of her pedestal. Yes, hopefully she won't get as much pretty privilege now because I just exposed that part of what makes her pretty is fake. She has fake boobs. She has a BBL. She has on a wig. So hopefully by me saying this, it's going to make the guys to not view her as pretty. Hopefully it'll even the playing field so that she will be seen as ugly as me. That's really what a lot of these women are thinking on a subconscious level. They just don't realize that that's what they're doing. Anyway, have any of these humbling tactics ever been used on you? What do you think? Let me know in the comments section, and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.